You end up telling so many powerful stories, and it hits so many notes. It's compassionate, disturbing, heroic. For you both, what was it about this project that made you feel like you wanted to be a part of it?
Particularly, the writing was fantastic, but I love the way that these characters were executed, given the time frame. You know, they were made whole human beings, and these people were fighting for something. We saw real strength. We saw, as Misha and Joe intended, this is not about the victimization. This is about people who are fighting for what they believe in, not the occupation, but the revolution. For me, to be able to play a role like this that actually empowers the idea of who these people were was so really vindicating and pride, to a degree prideful, because it's like, wow, I get to be a part of something that's progressive and not something that reaffirms the idea that these people are oppressed and they were supposed to stay oppressed. You know what I mean? They fought for theirs.
What hit you?
You know, I mean, I think the audacity that Misha and Joe approached this work with, you know, it's bold, it's in your face, it's really an escape thriller. And for me to explore our history in this manner, to tell the story of those who resisted, who rose up, you know, for me, that's an actor's dream. Yeah. As Rosalie, you know, I start off in the house, so oppressed, such under the weight of bondage, and she goes over the course of the first season, has this incredible arc where she really becomes a different person, and this inner strength comes out. And in season 2, you know, I become a soldier, which couldn't be more different than who I started off as. And so as an actor, it's a dream to be able to play that range, you know, to hit all those different colors. And, you know, I felt like I hadn't seen this story told in this way. The Underground Railroad has never been told in long format before. And so the opportunity to reach back to our ancestors and draw strength on these courageous men and women was a dream.
And speaking of that, talk about two monumental characters in American history that will be brought to light in this season, Harriet Tubman and also Frederick Douglass. Yeah. That's a big impact as well.
You know, a lot of us, when we hear Underground Railroad, we think of Harriet Tubman, but we really don't know about Harriet Tubman. She's sort of this mythical character. So I think they established the exposition of the world of what was really going on, and really gave credence to how she came about and who she was in it, but also added value and recognition to the others around her. And then even in the first season, we had William Still, who was actually, you know, a real person. Documentarian. You know, he was the guy who was writing everything down, and we have him to thank for a lot of what we know.
Telling our story in itself is very, very bold. You know, they would go around just telling their story. You know, Frederick Douglass would get up and tell speeches, sharing his story. That in itself was very bold.
Because it was very dangerous.
It was very dangerous.
He was risking his life every single time.
I think fans are going to be so excited to see that. But you can't tell the story of the Underground Railroad without Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass. Yeah. I mean, come on.